Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my review of the Ikea Antilop high chair. Yes, it's the high chair that you see everywhere in all the restaurants and all the cafes, looming in the background, and the high chair that you've seen a lot of people talk about. But the question is it worth the hype? Is it actually as good as people say it is? By the end of this video you're going to know that, and you're also going to know whether or not this is the high chair for you and your family. Let's get into it. If you haven't been to this channel before, then my name is Abigail and I have a channel based around parenting. I have lots of videos all about pregnancy, and also I've got a whole playlist just on product reviews. So if you're looking at other big baby buys, then I have a whole playlist you can go and check out. I'll link it here for you. I also have a pregnancy series on my channel, and as well as lots of other videos to do with Montessori and everything to do with parenting basically. So go and check out all of those playlists. So let's get into it. I'm going to start off with a list of all the good things about the high chair, and then I'm going to move on to the things that I find that are not so good with like an overall analysis at the end. I'll keep it short and snappy so don't take up too much of your time, and so you'll know pretty fast whether or not you like this high chair and if it's for you. So the first thing that I really like about it, and it's the main thing that people go to because of it, and it is because it's such good value for money. This high chair is so cheap. It's pretty much the cheapest high chair you can find out there. I can't find any high chairs that are cheaper than this for the base unit itself. So for the unit, like the overall, like the legs and the body and the tray, so for all those bits together, that costs you £12 in the UK at the moment. And if you want to get the cushion that you can buy to insert into it with a cover on top of it, so the cushion itself is like a little, they've changed it recently actually, it's a little, you blow it up and it's like an air kind of thing, an air cushion, and then you put it inside its cover, and for each of those parts it is £3, so that's £6 altogether for the little cushion component. So for the main high chair component plus the cushions, it is £18 at the moment, and I would really struggle to find a cheaper, better for value high chair anywhere. So that's the first main thing that people talk about. The next thing that's really good about it, that's for me is a massive thing, and if you're pregnant and not got a child yet, you're going to not realise how important this is just yet, but it is so easy to clean. That is so important when it comes to a high chair. Before this high chair I had another high chair. I had a Greco high chair, and it had a cloth back, and all the little food got stuck in all the cracks, and although this high chair looked a lot nicer than the Ikea high chair, it was just so hard to clean. I just despaired, drove me insane. Whereas the Ikea high chair is hard plastic apart from the cushion part. All you do is wipe it down. So easy. It removes the stains and everything so easily as well. And for the cushion part, you can take it apart and just wash it. It's like, takes 2 seconds. It's so easy to clean. The other thing that I think is underrated about the Ikea high chair is because it is so common and so widely used everywhere, it means there's lots of different things you can buy to customize it if you like. So if you want to add different accessories to it, so if you want to get like a little, one of these little plastic, what are they called, little plastic tray things that you put on top of the tray to make it easier to clean, you can buy them from Etsy or from anywhere online, and they fit exactly the Ikea high chair because it's so common and easy to use. And similarly with anything else you want to add on to the high chair, it's just so easy to find things to customize the high chair with. And I think that's a really good, underrated part of the Ikea high chair. The high chair also packs up really small for transporting, so all the legs come off, and then you've got the main body part, and then you've got the tray that comes off. So it all packs up really tiny, so you can put it to the boot of your car, and it's just so simple and easy to do. Another great thing about the Ikea high chair is the straps can be completely removed. The plastic bit completely comes away from the cloth bit, so you can chuck the cloth bit in the washing machine and just wipe down the plastic bit. So again, very easy to clean. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to show you exactly how to disassemble and reassemble your high chair completely, how to take the tray off, all those different things. That's going to be shown right at the end of this video, so stick around for that. And my last good thing that I really like about the Ikea high chair is that it is a very good height for dining tables. So I have an average height dining table, and the Ikea high chair perfectly fits in line with that table. And you can see all the specifications on the Ikea website or on the Amazon website, wherever that's sold, you can see all the specifications. But I do have a very average height dining table, and I can take off the tray part and slide Samuel right into the table, and it fits absolutely perfectly. Now for the things that I dislike about the Ikea high chair. And the first, number one thing that I dislike about the Ikea high chair, which you might not think about if you're a new mum or if you've never had a high chair before, but it's very, very important when feeding your child, and it is a footrest. It is very, very important. All the nutritional experts and everything say it is very important to have a footrest for your child when they're eating. I don't know the ins and outs of why that is, but it is a very important thing to help them eat much better and to keep them in a better position. And the Ikea high chair does not come with a footrest. But going back to my previous point, because it is so common, the Ikea high chair, you can go onto Etsy, you can go onto Amazon, you can go onto anywhere, and you can buy a custom made footrest. So it's quite easy. The cheapest ones that I've seen that you can buy online are £20. You can also use a bunch of different hacks where you don't need to buy anything, you can just use one of these hacks, which I'll link down below for you, a couple of the hacks. And you can just use things from around your house and make little footrest as well. So there is ways to get around that, but it does not. But the high chair itself does not come with a footrest. The next thing that you'll find at the start is that the tray is very annoying to remove. If you don't know how to remove it, you might end up snapping it because you do it the wrong way. But once you've learned the knack of taking the high chair tray off, it is actually quite simple to do. It's just quite annoying at the start until you get the knack of it, and I'll show you that at the end of the video as well. Another thing that might be a negative about the high chair is the overall size of the bit that the baby sits in. So the size is kind of big, and if you've got a 6-month-old baby just weaning, it's not a good size in that sense. But again, you put a cushion around your baby, the cushion that comes with it that you can buy from Ikea or a different one you can buy from anywhere else, then it becomes much easier to get the baby into a better position. So, but the overall kind of unit, if you just buy the unit itself, it's probably a little bit too big for a 6-month-old baby. I use it without the cushion at the moment because my son is 2 and he's pretty good at sitting up and eating by himself. But if you don't have a 2-year-old, you've got a 6-month-old, then you're going to want to get yourself a cushion for that. And going along with that, that's a negative about it, I would say as well, is that you do have to buy a few add-ons. So while the base unit itself is really, really, really cheap, it's not as cheap when you add on the fact that you might need to buy a footrest or other accessories as you like. So just bear that in mind. And it also does not look that nice. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing high chair in the world. It is very white and like silver and not like necessarily going to fit in with your lovely home decor. For me, I don't mind about that because I just want something that's easy to clean, but it's really all about what you prioritize, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But yes, it does not look the nicest high chair in the world. I thought I'd quickly mention here a similar product, which is the new Ikea high chair that they've just brought out, which is called the LANGUR high chair, and it is got a footrest built into it, and it's slightly different shape as well. So it might be a little bit easier to maneuver around your house or fit into your area. What I would say about that is that I personally don't like the look of it. I've looked at it in store as well. I wouldn't personally recommend it. For one, although it has a footrest, you can't move the footrest, so it's not adjustable. And for two, it is £75. So, not for me. I think that it's like your high chair is a much better option and you just put a few add-ons onto it rather than buying the £75 one that I don't think is that much better anyway. So is it worth the hype? That's the ultimate question, isn't it? We're all waiting to hear. And the answer, in my opinion, is that in terms of its functionality, how well it works, taking into account the fact you've got to put add-ons in, I think it is the best value, best high chair out there at the moment. So in my opinion, yes, it is worth the hype. It is a very good high chair. If you are looking for a super nice looking high chair, you want it to look super aesthetically pleasing, you don't want to have to buy any additional add-ons and muck around with all that. You just want something that's already there, already done, looks really nice, and you've got quite a lot of extra money to spend on it anyway, then I would say go for that, get your nice fancy high chair. But if you're like me, you want something that's just very basic, easy to clean, the option of having add-ons or not, and you're quite willing to put the time into getting add-ons, then I would say this high chair is really, really good for you. It's basically about what you prioritise. Do you prioritise functional, it works, easy to clean, you're happy to spend a bit of time and money adding a little couple of things on, then go for the Ikea Antilop. If you prioritise something that looks super nice, you want it already there, you want it already sorted, and you want to spend a little bit more money, then go for a fancier high chair. That's what I think overall. It's about what you prioritise, and whichever you prioritise depends, tells you whether or not to go for the Ikea Antilop or to go for a different high chair. I'm going to talk to you now about how to assemble and disassemble the Ikea high chair. In my opinion, it is very, very easy to do. So all you need to do to put it together is you need to get one of your legs, find there's a little kind of metal dot on it, find the little corner, push the little corner into the little dot, twist it round, and it's basically there. I'll show you an insert of this so you can see more clearly how to do it. But yeah, you just stick the legs in, twist them around a little bit, and that's your legs on already. For the tray part itself, you just need to lift it up to the top. Make sure you've got little white bits in the right places, and then you just slide it under and down. That's quite an important motion, like to get the little white bits under and down, and then you just put your hand on top of it and it lays flat straight away. Really, really simple. And to put the straps on, you'll find that the little cloth parts come separately to the little black parts. So I'm going to show you here in detail how to put the straps on. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's also not very hard. Once you get the knack of it, it's pretty simple. I'm not going to really talk you through it too much because it is kind of hard to explain. But here's a little zoomed up, fast forwarded version of how you put the little silver bit onto the black bit to make the straps attached to the high chair. And once you've done it, you don't really need to undo it very often, because the only time you really need to undo it is when you're going to take it apart again to wash it, and you don't do that really very often. And to remove the tray, the easiest way that I find to remove the tray is to put your arm, kind of insert it into the little section, your elbow into the seat of the chair, your hand around the middle section of the chair, and then I use my other hand to pull back and up the tray. So you need to really get that motion in properly. You can't just pull it directly up. It's not going to work. It's going to snap your tray. You need to pull it back and up to make sure it comes off properly. It's a little bit tricky, a little bit annoying, but once you get the hang of it, it's really quite simple and straightforward. And that's it. I really hope this video was helpful to you. Check out my links, like I said before, down in the description box and up here, and to see other videos that I've done, and also all the information about the Ikea Antilop high chair. And I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.